Alright, so today we are doing headlight mods. I've done this before. As you can probably see, I split them open and painted them. I'm kind of sick of the blue, so we're going to paint over that. And then I've got new HID low beams and some halos that we are going to attempt to wire up. Just like the last video, I've got a list on my phone. So we're going to pull up the list, make sure I got everything. Alright, first up, halos. Very important. Got some nice halos right here. Voltmeter. Got that. No, wrong one. Wire strippers. We got that. Electrical tape. Got this sick multicolored electrical tape. Laser thermometer. Yes, this is, I assume I'm going to be using a heat gun to split the headlights open, so this is just making sure that we achieve pretty much the right temperature. HIDs. Yep, they're in this box right here. And spray paint. We got spray paint. So, that's the whole list. Let's get to work. I'm kind of nervous because it's headlights and wiring and electrical stuff, which I don't know how to do. But we're going to make it happen. I got time, I got the internet, I got a sweet workshop that I'm going to be working in. So let's hope this all goes very well. And I'll have some sick headlights once we're done. Alright, so making a list on your phone of all the tools you need doesn't actually help unless the list is correct. Taking that bumper off was very difficult. I didn't have a flat head, so I couldn't get most of the clips. I had a box cutter, so that was a little sketchy. I used like one of my keychains, and then there were a lot of zip ties down there, just because a lot of the clips broke. And again, I only had box cutters. If I had like wire clippers or scissors, it would have been a lot easier. So double check your list before you actually do anything. And then I've got one of the headlights out and I'm testing voltage for the turn signal, because I think the halos that I got are switchback. And then I also have switchback turn signals already. So like they're normally LED. And then when I go to turn, it switches to amber and flashes. So I'm trying to figure out what the three wires do. I already know what ground is. And then I'm just trying to figure out how the switchback works, and I think I've got it. So let me just show you. So this is the black. We're gonna stick that into ground, and then we're gonna take our red, stick it into this green wire, and connect it. Make sure there's contact, and see. I think you can see that. It's at 11.85 constant, so that's always on. Take it off, it goes back to 0. Okay, so it's on the turn signal now. We're going to start with the green wire again just to make sure it's still constant. Stick the black in the middle for ground. Red's over here. Yep, 11.8, hovering around there. That's good, that should be constant. Now if we switch it to the red side, you see that it's hitting like 13 volts all the way down to 0. So it's just fluctuating high and low, which makes sense. That's what the turn signal does. It just varies the voltage. That way you get that flash. Now, from these three wires, green, constant. It's always at pretty much 12 volts. Black is our ground, and then red is off when you're not when your turn signal is not on, and then when you do turn your signal on, bounces high and low voltage. So I think what I'm going to try and do is peel some of this kind of protective cover back, maybe tap into these wires, and then we'll try to wire up one of the halos, make sure that's all working, and then we'll head back to the workshop, pull the headlights apart, mount the halos, repaint, and then we should be good from there. Here's our profile performance halos. I was gonna get Morimoto, but I guess that's not a thing. I don't know, it was weird. I was looking at them and they were Morimoto, and then like a week later, profile. But yeah, very nice packaging. I really like that. Here's the halo. It's not like individual LEDs, it's like one solid ring, which should look really good. And then the size should fit all the way around the shroud, so nice clean look. We'll undo this real quick. Okay, so this is our positive and negative, basically power and ground. I'm not entirely sure how to wire these with the third wire. I assume that's what this is. So let's pull this apart and see if we can't figure it out. Okay, this one's got 3 wires. So what it's looking like to me is basically this end connects like this. Okay, so we've got the halo connects to this mini ballast thing, and then we've got 3 wires from there. I'm going to assume that black is ground, white is that accessory cable, and then this is power. That's my guess, but to be honest, I have no idea. Well, I was right. That's how, I mean, I haven't tried the turn signal part yet, we'll get there, but this was just like too cool. Like, check this out. So, black, we'll connect that to ground. And then we'll take this white cable, make sure it's making contact there. Check that out. That is very bright. Like, wow. Oh my god. Yeah, so that was just pretty simple. White is equivalent to the green, black and black. Orange will be probably equivalent to red. I don't really have a good way of, we'll put this tap in, and then these two will connect a different way. Aha, yes. Sweet, this is turning out to be way easier than I thought it was going to be. The voltmeter, super helpful, oh my god. Basically, all you have to do is plug in the leads, test, extrapolate from that data, and then test again with the actual light, and it works. All I have to do is split the headlight open, stick these halos on there, and then wire everything up and we're good. I forgot to mention this earlier, so I'll say it now, but I got these halos from the retrofitsource.com. I'll put a link in the description. Great website, they have a lot of stuff. I'm not being paid to say this, I just figure I'm making an in-depth tutorial, so might as well tell you where to get it also. But yeah, I'll link in the description. The car looks kind of wild without headlights on. I kind of dig it. Alright, we're here in the awesome BTU lab. If you're wondering why nobody's in this really awesome lab, it's because it's 4 in the morning. So yeah, I got the headlight, okay, I got one apart, as you can see here. I used the heat gun this time, highly recommend. The heat gun's great. I mean, it's kind of annoying because you need the whole entire headlight hot so you can pull it apart, which is why baking is easier, but the heat gun's like more precise. I was able to get it slowly, and then if you remember from my last baking video, we kind of like messed up the bottom of this with the grate in the oven, so don't really want to do that again. But yeah, the heat gun was fine. It took me, I think, 15 minutes to do it, to split it. So yeah, one headlight's done. I think I'm gonna start painting. That way it can be drying while I'm getting this other headlight apart. And then we will go on to install the halo. But yeah, so we're gonna get one of the headlights mounted up. I found this super thin wire that I'm gonna use to tie it, because the halos themselves have small little holes for you to attach it to the actual light. Yeah, I think the plan is use like a thumbtack or something, make the initial hole, and then, do they have a drill in here? Oh yeah, they got drills. They got everything, dude. There's like a CNC there, there's a bandsaw, laser cutter. Dude, this place is sick. I need to work here more. I will need to, I think, cut off the connector that we talked about earlier so that I can drill a smaller hole for the wires and then just solder the connector back on. That should be easy. I've already done a lot of soldering today for like school projects. Alright, if you look super closely right there, those are the holes that I'm going to be threading the wire through. Okay, I drilled the hole for the wire. It's right in there. I used a 1/8 inch drill bit. So now I'm going to cut off this connector, feed the wires through, and then solder them back together. So I'm gonna take the thumbtack, try to put some holes in the plastic, and then use that super thin wire to tie this on, and then we should be good to put it back together. Okay, so I said I was going to use the thumbtack. I did. But if you bring back your handy heat gun, heat up the plastic for a bit, and then the thumbtack goes in so much easier. And so what I did is, after I figured out where, first of all, look at that. That looks awesome. Alright, so once I figured out where I wanted the wires, I like pulled them in, tucked them, and then did this hole first. If you can see that. And then what I did was 2 holes, and then the wire basically comes up through the little hole on the halo and then back through the other hole out the back. So I did that for all 3, and then to secure them, I was really just gonna twist them, like keep them on there, but I decided to use hot glue, and that worked out very well. Okay, so I've got one headlight all put back together, and then what I did is this connector, hold on, I'll just turn the camera on. So this connector, I just soldered the wires together that connect to that, and then I'm gonna wrap it in some electrical tape. Alright, it's the next day, and by next day I mean same day. It's just the morning now. It's finished and it looks amazing, and it all worked well. I'm so happy. I was worried there for a second. But yeah, it's 9 a.m. right now, I believe. Yeah, 9:20. Started this at 3 a.m. This is a 6-hour ordeal, okay? And I didn't even paint all of it. So if you have 100% stock headlights and you want to do this, budget your time wisely, okay? It's long and you don't want to mess it up. Pro tip, when I was soldering, I had this epiphany, wait a minute, I taped all my stuff wrong. Cause when I soldered the other stuff, I taped it up together, you know? And I realized I hadn't taped them separately, I taped them together, so the wires from both power and ground were touching. Nope, that shouldn't happen. So yeah, I did go through basically everything that I soldered, made sure it was all separated, and I'm glad I did because it works no problem whatsoever. I'll give you some shots, we'll look at it right now when the car's off. So this is what it looks like. I added the white zip ties there because all my blue ones broke. But yeah, it came out very well. And then I'll put some shots on the screen right now of it in normal LED mode, and then switching to amber, the switchback, and they are bright, dude. Like, whoa, they're very bright. I'm in a lit parking garage, and I could see like it lit up like on the ceiling, which is insane. But yeah, very happy with how they turned out. I'm psyched. Stay tuned. We're gonna do the LED or the HID low beams, and then the interior lights in a separate video. And then the edit. I've been talking about this for, I guess, only the last video. But yeah, it's pretty much done for the edit. I might get a front lip. I might just like keep getting stuff until we end up actually making it, but this is the base of what I want. It was the wheels, coils, and new headlights. So it's ready to go, and I'm ready to make this video, so just gotta find time. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below and I'll try to help you out. If you want to buy these, go to theretrofitsource.com. That's where I got these halos. That's all I have for you. I'm very tired right now, so I'm probably gonna end the video here. All right, see you guys in the next one.